Welcome to Within the Frame, where we bring the most pressing issues across the globe into focus. I'm Kim Mok-yeon. South Korean President Lee Jae Myung is currently on a three-nation tour of South America following meetings with global tech leaders in San Francisco. After wrapping up visits to Brazil and Chile, he's now in Argentina, marking the first bilateral visit by a Korean president in 22 years. The trip has focused on expanding trade, strengthening critical mineral and energy partnerships, and deepening ties with key countries in the global south. As Latin America takes on a growing role in global supply chains and international diplomacy, many are watching what this visit could mean for Korea's long-term strategy in the region. To help us unpack the significance of the tour and what it could mean for Korea-Latin America relations going forward, we are joined in the studio by Han Byung-kil, President of the Korean Council on Latin America and the Caribbean and former Korean ambassador to Peru and Argentina. A very big welcome, Ambassador.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
So let's begin. I would want to ask, what do you see as the biggest diplomatic significance of President Lee's latest visit to Brazil, Chile, and Argentina as well?
Well, first of all, I highly appreciate the President Lee Jae Myung's political decision and almost a dynamic leadership to decide to undertake the long-distance journey. Normally, state visit of Korean president to Latin America realized by a kind of sideline of international gathering, such as APEC or G20, likewise. So in this time, is independently or separately bilateral tour to three key South American country, so-called the ABC country. In the past, for example, former President Yoon Suk-yeol paid visit to country Peru and Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 2000. I remember 2024, but only the bilateral tour is not only attend almost APEC meeting or G20. Secondly, I want to emphasize that the meaning of this Lee Jae Myung's visit is important. He sent a strong message to international community that South American country will be regarded as an important middle power partner to Korea. Thirdly, I think emphasize some kind of anecdote that the groundwork for this tour was laid during the Brazilian President Luiz Ignacio da Silva's state visit to Korea last February. At the time, President Lee and Lula shared a unique bond as the world's only two sitting presidents with a background in the labor movement. Two presidents worked as a worker, one is Orient Watch Company, one is steel metal factory. I attend the state visit dinner. I confirm personally the strong and unique emotional tie between two presidents. That's all. No.
Wow. So the fact that it's not just a stop by that comes after like a great large meetings, it's just a separate visit itself. It's very important and significant itself, and also the bond between the leaders of
between the
South
leaders.
Korea.
So I heard that originally President Lee Jae Myung sound out the state visit to South America at the end of this year, but President Lula encouraged strongly President Lee Jae Myung to undertake a state visit to Brazil and other South American countries before the Brazilian election on October. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah. So the President Lee Jae Myung immediately responded to the request of the President Luis Ignacio Silva.
Right. So the relationship between the two will have to really keep close tabs on how it will develop moving forward. But building on this latest question, based on your experience as the ambassador of Peru and Argentina as well, why do you think Latin America matters really more to South Korea's diplomacy right now?
I almost have handled this issue, Latin American issue, almost 18 years in headquarters, military foreign affairs, and foreign embassy, such as some Dominican Republic and Peru, Argentina, in Chile also. It takes almost 20 years. So the Latin American holds substantial strategic value for Korean foreign policy as well as trade and investment policy. From my point of view, most Latin American countries are founding members of United Nations. They support our establishment, our new government, Republic of Korea. And then especially during the 1960s through 1980s, in this period, intense inter-Korean diplomatic competition between South Korea and North Korea, they almost support Korea's position in UN. And also they very welcome Korean immigrants. At the time, we are very facing severe economic hardship. So in 1962, agricultural migrant to Brazil, in 1965, Argentina, and also to this day, this country continue to support Korea on international stage as fellow middle power. And secondly, from the trade and investment perspective, Latin American countries also play an important role in the growth of Korean external trade and overseas investment. When Korea pursue export-led growth strategy, so-called is outward-looking strategy in 1960s, 70s, countries in Latin America are among the early buyers of Korean products. A notable example is Hyundai Pony, which was first exported to Ecuador in 1976. Chile was also the first country with which Korea signed a free trade agreement in 2003.
Right, so it kind of seems like Latin America is no longer just a distant market. It's even more than that right now.
Very grateful countries.
Right, indeed. Then what about the significance of the Korea-Mercosur talks, Ambassador, and also the Korea-Chile FTA upgrade? What's the impact for that on Korean businesses?
The resumption of the negotiation on Korea-Mercosur free trade agreement is both welcome and timely because now you don't know, almost we know where is now a final stage on the EU-Mercosur agreement. So if the EU-Mercosur agreement entering into force is likely to trigger restructuring of South American industry and change in the regional division of labor. For example, by encouraging some Brazilian company to relocate its operation to Paraguay or Uruguay. And so Korea must prepare for this shift. And secondly, modernization of Korea-Chile FTA has likewise reached a final stage after the 9 rounds of negotiation. From the perspective of Korean company, most significant change is that the scope of bilateral cooperation would extend well beyond the conventional tariff reduction on goods. For example, clearer and more advanced digital trade rules could improve the market condition for Korean company in e-commerce, online platform, information and communication technology, and digital service. Stronger intellectual property protection could also benefit Korean cultural industry operating in Chile, including Korea content, games, film, video, and music.
Mm-hmm. Then what would it actually take for this talks to move forward when it comes to Korea-Chile FTA? Why is it so important to modernize this?
I think Korea and Chile FTA modernization talks is now in a final stage. Maybe two countries signed FTA 2003 and entering into force in 2004. So during almost, it passed more than 20 years. So the two sides asked to some kind of change. So now biggest remaining obstacle is the level of access to the Korean market for some kind of Chilean agricultural product. Chilean main request is for Korea to grant agricultural product level of market access comparable that enjoyed by neighbor country, for example, Peru and Colombia, which signed the FTA with Korea after Chile did. Korea, for its part, is sought to link this issue, modernization of FTA, to securing access to critical mineral, including lithium.
Right. So it really sounds like this partnership is evolving to reflect today's global economy as well. So beyond trade, Ambassador, then Latin America is also being increasingly important for its critical minerals and energy, as you've just mentioned. What kind of opportunities do you see for Korea?
It's a very important and difficult question, and I think since the launch of Trump administration, protectionist policies have gained momentum around the world. At the same time, resource-rich countries are increasingly moving away from the policies centered on the simple extraction and export mineral, are instead seeking to create a greater value within their own economy. For the most important critical mineral and energy resources are no longer viewed mere as a raw material. They have become a strategic asset that directly affect national economic security and the industrial competitiveness. As a strategic competition between the United States and China intensify the global supply chain, continue to reorganize, reducing the excessive dependency on any single country and building stable and resilient supply chain have emerged as a key priority for national competitiveness. Against this backdrop, Korea must need to deepen cooperation with a mineral-rich country and engage in more concrete and substantive discussion on issues related to the critical mineral security. Such effort will be essential to ensuring a stable and sustainable supply on the long term.
Right, definitely. So it certainly highlights why securing stable supply chains have become really a priority for Korea as well. Then if we step back a little bit and look at the bigger picture, Ambassador, how could this latest trip by President Lee strengthen Korea's partnerships with Latin America on the global stage? And also, how can both sides build a more strategic and also balanced partnership?
From my point of view, the standpoint of multilateral diplomacy, one of the most important outcomes President Lee Jae Myung's three-nation tour is that a stronger tie with these three key South American countries provide Korea with a strategic foothold for its engagement with global South diplomacy. Secondly, Latin American countries share, I want to emphasize this point, share the historical tradition and religion, language rooted in the Spanish and the Portuguese colonial period. As a result, a degree of influence they exert on one another can be compared in some respect to relation among EU countries. So I think they tend to hold broadly similar view on many global issues, raised in multilateral forum or even contemporary international conflicts such as the war between Russia and Ukraine. Thirdly, I think I want to emphasize that at a time of growing strategic rivalry among major powers, Korea and South American countries should work closely together to strengthen their standing as a middle power partner. This idea highlighted by the former Australian Foreign Minister Gareth Evans, so-called "there is strength in number." So this idea, belief, can be seen in the solidarity recently demonstrated by the EU and NATO in response to war in Ukraine. Okay?
Right. A very important point that you've made. So we have to also consider how they have commonalities that come from their historic past.
Yeah.
Then, in order to, make the agreements that have been made during the latest summit into actual real trade and investment opportunities, what do you think, what's the most important thing that we could do right now?
On the basis of my ambassador's experience, for the trade and investment agreement signed by the leader of Korea and Latin America and other countries to produce a tangible result, the most important factor, I think, practical agreement and cooperation among business community that operate on the ground. So but a little bit later, government should support the process through the appropriate institutional framework, regular business consultation mechanism, and stronger tie exchange between academic community. I think, is second one. I think most important thing is maintenance and close personal and emotional tie between business people in two countries. So I introduced a successful model or successful story, Japan-Mexico FTA. Most people appreciate or assess a positive assessment on the implementation of Japan-Mexico FTA as totally has been supported by the strong relationship and the mutual trust built between two business community, Mexico and Japan.
Right. So we will certainly hope for strong relationship and also a mutual trust to continue in order for these agreements.
Emotional tie.
Right. In order for these agreements to actually bring fruitful results moving forward. Right. Ambassador Han, I'm afraid we'll have to conclude the discussion here tonight. Thank you so much for your time and for your insights. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's my great honor to present the meaning and the significance of President Lee Jae Myung's state visit to 3 key South American countries.
We really appreciate your insights.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that'll be all from us on Within the Frame tonight. Be sure to tune in again next time as we continue to explore the stories that matter. Until then, stay informed and engaged.